Jurassic World Dominion. Oh boy. Now, for a little bit of context, the Jurassic Park franchise has been one that I've held near and dear my heart for most of my life, in fact. So I was very excited to see this film, especially considering that fact I enjoyed the first Jurassic World. I thought it was pretty good. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, although not a good movie, I consider a guilty pleasure of mine. It's not the greatest of movies, but hey, it's fun and very stupid, but hey, I feel like it works. Then you got this movie. So as of the time of recording this video, Jurassic World Dominion has been out for a little bit now, I'd say just a week or two, and I hate it. There's no simpler way to describe it, I just hate it. Jurassic World Dominion is probably the most disappointing and heartbreaking movie I've ever seen, not because of what it actually is, but more of what it represents as the franchise finale, because Jurassic World Dominion is meant to be the ending of the Jurassic franchise, and it's just not. It's just so bad and lazy in so many areas where it should have mattered the most. With these factors basically being the way the movie handled its characters, being very out of character for who they were, and bringing back the old cast but not doing them any justice whatsoever, except Ian Malcolm, Jeff Goldblum as Ian Malcolm. That role was actually amazing and unironically funny. And other factors being such as the way the film handled its dinosaurs, or lack thereof, because despite being over 2 hours long, the movie has probably less than 15 minutes or 20 minutes of dinosaurs, which is a real shame considering the fact this is the end of the franchise, not like Godzilla 2014 where you could build up to the monsters over time. No, this is the end. We're meant to have everything on the table now, and the movie just didn't do that, which was so disappointing because the first Jurassic World felt like it was a revitalization of a once dead franchise. It brought new life into it that appealed to so many people. Fallen Kingdom, despite making a lot of people mad and still not being a good movie, it's a fun movie, and it's one I find unironic enjoyment in because it's so dumb, but I feel like it knows it's being dumb. So it just relishes in that fun and embraces the stupidness to a fault. But that's not why you clicked on this video now, is it? You're not here to hear another negative review for the movie. No, you're here to see how I fix the movie. Well, kind of fix it, because it's all up to a matter of opinion. This is not coming from a place of hate, because it's just because the amount of work that goes through to make movies is incredible, so it's rare that we even get movies like this anymore, considering how much it's impossible to make movies nowadays. But in saying that, that doesn't justify bad movies. If a movie's bad, then you need to call out on it so they can make better movies. So I'm going to be testing the waters a bit. I'm going to be doing an idea that I've never done before, but hey, that's what the point of making this video is, to test the waters. Don't judge me. I'm going to be rewriting Jurassic World Dominion. I'm going to be trying to make it better in the character department, the story department, and just the overall Jurassic department, man. Dinosaurs. That's all you need. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be inherently better than a movie we got, because that's up to you to decide whether or not I did a good job with this or not. So, here are the factors we're going to be trying to improve with this rewrite of the movie, and those factors will be creating a simpler story, one that's not too complicated, but also has enough excitement in it to justify its existence. Then we'll have better character treatment, because I will be using the original cast, and maybe if I continue this later on, I'll use some of the new cast, but personally I feel like their storylines got finished in the last film. They didn't really have anywhere else to go, so I won't really be using them that much. And the next stage after that is keeping the characters human, again just falling under the category of making the characters feel real again, like they did in the first Jurassic Park, and not make them feel like superheroes from Fallen Kingdom, which is the last thing we need from Jurassic franchise. Then we're going to have to be keeping it on the mainland. We're not cutting away to any mountains and stuff for more dinosaurs in the forest, like monarchy. We're not doing that. We're keeping them on the mainland, in civilization, because that's the film we were promised. And lastly, the last fact I'm going to be keeping in mind when rewriting this is have the dinosaurs as the main threat. Because spoilers, by the way, if you haven't seen Jurassic World Dominion, then watch it now before watching this video, I guess. Or don't. It's not a good movie. You live your life. But, spoilers, have the dinosaurs as the main threat, because in the film, the main threat isn't the dinosaurs, it's locusts. Locusts all around the world, destroying all our food supply, so evil businessman is going to rule the world. I wish I was making that up. So with those elements in place, this is how I would rewrite Jurassic World Dominion. It's been a few days since the events of Fallen Kingdom. We open on a house, on a street. In one panning shot, we go through the window to see a room. It's old, messy, books, fossils, papers, everywhere. Immediately, we now have a sense of an idea on who might live here. Someone who's smart, yet messy. We keep the shot going as we move along the house. We go past a corridor. We see diplomas, posters, fossils, even old photos, which have a semblance of familiarity, yet we can barely make them out. The panning shot ends as we move it along to the end of a corridor. Nothing but a silhouetted man sitting at a table, alone. We cut to his hand, on the table, old and scarred, and in the background we see a photo taken long ago. It was Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler at the Raptor dig site. Now we know who the man is. We cut to his face. It's Alan Grant, old and retired. On his face we see a tiredness, yet a hint of sadness, as if he's missing something from his life. He drinks and turns on the TV to take his mind off his sadness. He switches on the TV, and all we hear, the first words of the whole shot, we hear, "Dinosaurs on the loose." Dinosaurs all over the world as he drops to the floor and his mug falls out his hand. His eye shakes as he tries to make sense of the scenario. Distant screams alert him to his door. Out of sheer panic, he runs and opens the door just to know what's going on, to see whether or not he can make sense of what's going on. Yet all he sees, a Carnotaurus desperately chasing people through the streets. People are stumbling over, they're running, they're panicking. The Carno stops. He sees Alan. And with one big roar, we cut to title card. Now, a bit depressing, I know, but say whatever you want about this intro to this hypothetical rewrite. I really like this idea of opening the movie, because now we have an emotional attachment to Alan Grant and we can see his struggle. So now we have a character arc for him to go through, all done without a single word of dialogue. And now we also have set up the whole dinosaurs on the mainland story. So this leaves a whole lot more room to play with when it comes to dinosaurs just on the mainland. I really like this opening idea. So I want to hear what you guys think about this opening idea. Is it better than the one we actually got in the movie or not? I want to keep rewriting this movie and see whether or not I can make it better, but I want to know what you guys think. Tell me in the comments. I'll be sure to look at them and see whether or not it was good or not. Anyways, that's pretty much all I've got today. See you later.